Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Sideways, issue 2. I am very excited about Sideways. Really cool character. The story itself, though, very inconsistent, and I can't say I'm particularly pleased with what I'm reading. Um, didn't exactly go south, but it is making a downward descent. Anyway, the big freaky dude, the Tempus Fuginaut. Like, what the heck, man? How am I supposed to take somebody called a Fuginaut serious? Anyway, so this guy, he actually I like that they said that he's Kirby-esque. Also, the Gotham State Building as opposed to Empire State Building. Gotham City's in New Jersey, dude. It's not in New York. It's on the other side of the bay, you know? So, what do you call it? I don't know. He looks Kirby-esque. I said that myself, but more than that, he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. He compares himself to being more thorough than the monitors, but he goes and he says, while you're within the proximity of my scepter, you're incapable of rifting to wherever you want to go. Why would you tell somebody not only what your power is, but where your power lies? Oh, if you take my scepter away from me, then I'm kind of screwed. This was just stupid, man. Come on. Come on. Like, worst villain ever. And I'm sure he's not a villain, but anyway, there is a really cool scene where where Rift is falling. Excuse me, where Sideways is falling, and he's trying to rift out, but he just can't. He's still within the proximity of the scepter. And it's really cool, man. This is one heck of a freaking spread. Anyway, he rifts himself into a lake, busts himself up. You saw where he actually dislocated his shoulder. He's got to go to the hospital. I'm digging this. It's not just the idea of, like, this is, obviously it's a play on Spider-Man. And it's not one of those situations where it's like, oh, yeah, man, we're cool. Like, Spider-Man doesn't ever get hurt not really, He'll get a cold once in a while, but he's always okay. No, not here. This guy, Sideways, gets jacked up, dude, like, edge of his life. We see what the Fuginaut was trying to prevent, I guess. We see some kind of a Clintar. I don't really they didn't send us this page, but this page is in the comic book, and you see right there this thing kind of comes through a tear in the dimensional space-time whatever fabric of reality, and it shows up and it seems to kill this duck. Anyway, maybe it actually takes over this duck, and the duck will then turn and become Venom Goose. I don't know. Anyway, Killspeed. She is this new villain who shows up in the hospital, and she tried to get admittance, but they didn't believe her. They're like, no, you got to go. We got actual problems here. Well, now she's developed her super speed, and I guess it's the exact same thing. This is just it's like a play on the new universe from Marvel, where there's an event. In this case, it's the Blackest Night, the whole mountain in Gotham. Anyway, with Dark Knight's metal. So she winds up developing super speed, and now that she's she's trying to commit a crime or something, she gets caught in the act, and the cop shoots her, and she's like, okay, I don't actually want to be in the hospital. It's like, too bad. It's like, I couldn't get in the hospital when I wanted to be, and now you won't let me leave? What is this? So she heals really fast. Makes sense, She takes everybody's stuff away, and she pretty much non-lethally beats up everybody in the hospital. Pretty cool. She does talk about killing people. I don't actually see her killing anybody, Anyway, she's finished. She's like, anybody else want to try and stop me? What's she trying to do? She just wants to leave the hospital. So you'd figure just let her leave, right? No. Instead, Sideways puts on his mask, still in his hospital gown, but got himself a pair of underwear. That was cool, I guess. We don't have to see what we don't want to see. But he shows him, he's like, okay, that's it. You and me, we're going to fight. Care to step outside? She wanted to leave the whole time. She just wanted to. Why not just let her leave? What's your issue? That doesn't make sense to me. You know what else doesn't make sense? Where did the Fuginaut go? The Fuginaut, whatever you want to call him. Where did the Fuginaut go? Like what he just lets him. It's like, you're a danger, and something really bad is going to happen. I never make a mistake. I've never had any problems before where somebody tore through the time space reality. And what happens? He lets the dude get away. Lets Sideways get away. He doesn't appear for the rest of the issue, and something does break through the time space barrier. Least effective character ever. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. The comic is drawn really well. Like, wow. But DC usually has really well drawn comics. I hardly ever have a problem with their art. But the story itself leaves something to be, especially coming off of such a great first issue, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going with a C plus on this. It was enjoyable. It's not bad enough that I'm just going to leave the comic, but it's like they're rushing through character creation. You don't do that. I want to know who this guy is. I want to know who this Fuginaut guy is. Why even bother showing him this cosmic level entity who's going to go up against a version of Spider-Man? So, I don't know. Anyway, that's it. We'll see what issue 3 holds. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.